Graceland Nation. Here with Coach Hafner for week number 11, final week of the season, Coach. It's been a great blur, but it's gone just like that. I guess first off, before we get into all the senior day stuff and the big rivalry and blah, 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 we'll get right into last week. A really good win against Graceland. You guys rushed the ball well and had a nice lead, ended up having to hold them off in the end, but a great win to keep yourself in the playoff picture. So just recap that game.
Well, I thought, coming off a tough loss against Benedictine the week before, I was, as every coach was, worried about, how your kids are going to react and how they're going to respond, and is there going to be a hangover and things like that. And I think what impressed me most about our kids is the way that they went to work on Tuesday.
Sure.
It was really evident at that point in time that they were ready to move on and let's just go win this one and at least give ourselves a chance.
Sure.
And with an experienced football team like we have, I was really impressed with the way they did that. Offensive line played great. I thought really, the defense only gave up 61 yards rushing.
Yeah.
And we were able to control the football at the end of the game. And so I'm very proud of the way our kids played. And, we really look forward to this week. But looking back on last week, it was as impressive as any win that we've had in a long time.
Sure. And like we said, that was a dangerous team. They've played some teams very close, and we were able to jump out on them right away. Nate had the long run, obviously setting the tone right off the gate for a great running game. And that's, again, over and over, that's our bread and butter. 500-plus rushing yards. That's mighty impressive against that team, especially on the road and and everything. So, talk about the running game and how obviously there's got to be a lot of confidence again, and there always is confidence in the running game, but going into the final week.
Well, I think what our kids have done over the last few weeks here is that they've been able to make the adjustments in game to give us continued success throughout the game. We had a good game plan coming in. We had shown the kids what we thought we were going to get. They came out in that initially, and then they kind of started junking some things up a little bit to try and stop this and stop that. And I thought Tyler did a really good job of reading keys, and I thought our kids on offense really did a good job of coming off and letting us know what was going on to them, happening to them, so we could make the adjustment on the sideline, and then they're taking it out to the field and making the adjustment. So overall, our offensive line was great. I thought Tyler did a great job getting us in the right play, and obviously with Nate and Tyler both going for over 150 yards, it's a testament to how they carried the ball also. Yeah,
definitely, and that's it's the option attack, getting multiple players opportunities to get a lot of yards. So. Switching gears to a Grandview team that, again, we have a lot of things we can talk about with Grandview, but number 3 in the nation, they're our rival, and they have a tremendous defense. It's not that they can't do things on offense, but their defense is one of the best in the nation. And we thought they were going to have a lesser defense this year, but obviously they, like we said before we got on camera, they swarmed the ball, they're big, just everything. So talk about, I guess, what you've seen with Grandview and how we're preparing.
Well, I think, and you touched on all the points that we kind of talked about, but, the two big guys inside really set them up well.
Sure.
Especially with us, we like to work inside out.
Right. And
honestly, they did a great job against us last year of not allowing us to run the ball inside until later in the game. And so you have to figure out ways to get the ball to the edge, and that's tough to do because they're so darn fast on the edge. So we'll go in with a game plan. We'll be ready to adjust our game plan if we have to. But by far the best defense we've seen all year as far as having the size inside and having the speed on the edge to be able to stop people. And we'll have to do a good job of blocking the people that need to get blocked and giving ourselves a chance to carry the ball inside first and then try and get the ball to the edge if that doesn't work. So we have a plan. Our kids have done a good job this week with the plan, and hopefully we can go execute it on Saturday.
Sure. Is there any, plan Z, if all the running thing doesn't work, that there is a potential to open up the passing game? Again, this team's good both ways. I mean, they seem to be shutting everybody down with whatever they do. So obviously you guys have been racking your brains all week trying to figure out what might work, and maybe there's some passing might open
well,
up.
And that's that's a good point because we have worked a little bit extra on our pass game.
Sure.
I think that Obviously, if you're not able to run the ball very well, the play action's not going to be there, so you're going to have to figure something else out.
Yeah, sure.
And so we went to work a little bit on that as an offensive staff this week.
Mm-hmm.
We are prepared to do that. I'm not going to say we're going to come out and empty spread and throw it all over the place, but we do have a plan, and they're experienced in the secondary, they're experienced at up front and some of those things. So we got to get Tyler out of the pocket. We got to move him around a little bit to give him some time and give him a chance to be successful. But we have worked on it. Hopefully we don't have to go to plan Z. Hopefully plan B or C maybe.
Yeah, right.
But no, we've done a good job and we've thrown and caught the ball well in practice this week against our work team, and transitioning that to Saturdays a little bit different. But
sure.
we think we have kids in the right spots, and we were able to throw and catch it this week. So sure. If we have to go that route, we're ready to do it. Hopefully we don't have to get there.
Sure, definitely. Going right into it's senior day. It's a huge day, and it's the biggest senior day I think since I've been here. 26 individuals will be recognized before the game. I guess talk about the seniors and what they've meant, and then a little bit down the road we'll talk about the playoff picture and all
sure.
that.
Sure. I think when you have 26 seniors, it's a testament to their staying ability.
Right.
Exactly. And a lot of these kids have started from ground zero and worked their way to where they are. They've Hea Tuifua is a perfect example. He's probably going to be an All-American this year, sure. And he was our scout team player of the year when he was a freshman. Right. Clayton Tomat's going to potentially be an all-conference player for us, was a work team player as a freshman. Right. So a lot of these kids, not only have they been in our program for a long time, but they've gone through the ranks to get to where they are.
Right.
And now some of them are team captains and have a lot of respect from the players on our team. The fact that there are 26 is amazing to the friendships that they've built with each other. Mm-hmm. Getting emotional here. They've been gather myself here.
Sure.
They've been a fun group to be around,
right,
because of the friendships they've built.
Yeah.
And that always helps. And we tell all of our freshman incoming classes, look, these are the guys that are going to be in your weddings. These are going to be the guys that are going to be your lifelong friends.
Right.
So develop the friendship now,
sure.
And that'll help you get through some of the tough times.
Right.
And so I think with these guys, that's exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. They were able to stick together through some tough times, and because of their because of their friendships, they were able to get to where they are.
Sure. Yeah, and every single kid that I've interviewed this year, I think they've all been seniors. Every single thing that they said about the program is, okay, what's important about this program, or how do you sell this program? And one word, it's family.
Oh yeah.
That's all they come up with is family.
Yep.
It's not, we got the great facilities. We've got great players all over the place, and we just work so hard. It's family. We all care about each other and love each other and work so much harder because of how much we care about each other. So that's a testament to them sticking with the program, but obviously you guys as coaches to foster that kind of relationship and then to build that from the top down. So great job in that.
Well, and some of that can be done through the coaching staff, but a lot of that has to be done through them.
Yeah,
exactly. They have to put their ego to the side,
right.
Because a lot of those young men were state champions,
sure.
first team all-state players, and,
right.
and things like that. And the fact that they're able to put their personal accolades aside for
right.
the betterment of trying to build the friendship and build all those things is a testament to them.
Yeah.
So we like to say that winning is important, but it's not the most important.
Mm-hmm.
And the friendships that these guys have built is exactly, as a coaching staff, what we're looking for
right.
them.
Sure.
And so they've really bought into that, thankfully, because it's made our job a lot more fun and a lot easier.
Sure.
And because of that, they're where they are.
Sure.
And they're going to give themselves a chance to win a conference championship on Saturday.
Right. And without obviously going into it, because I can tell you, I'm already keying
is,
up on some notes here.
Yeah.
So, but obviously Senior Day is going to be an extra important one for you. So, but as far
we're not going there.
We won't even go there. But with regards to Saturday and the winning side of things, a win. as simple as we can put it, a win, and then you become Peru State fans over Benedictine, and we know we're in the playoffs. Otherwise, we need a win, and we need some help to get into playoffs. Honestly, obviously there are higher expectations of the team. You always want to go undefeated. You want to, run the table, be number one at the end of the year, go into the playoffs. It's the best team in the nation. That's obviously the ultimate goal. But looking back on the last 10 weeks plus the bye, you can't ask for much more than this situation that you're putting your team in this week. That they've done everything they can to hopefully you win and you do what you need to do and you're in.
Right, and that's goal number one for us. Right. Every year our team goals are, we want to become closer as a group and become more like a family. Check. Win a conference championship. Well, we're going to give ourselves a chance.
Sure.
Play in the playoffs. Well, we're going to need some help.
Right.
Okay,
right.
But those are the goals that you set for yourself, and the fact that at this point in time, a lot of those goals are still in front of us, means a lot, and it sure makes practicing the last week a lot easier too. And so I think that because of that, practice has been great.
Sure.
It's been intense. We've had. Yesterday we go full pads one day where we tackle everybody live, and our work team were giving it to us, and it was like a full blown scrimmage yesterday at practice, and so I think our kids are ready to play. I think that we'll show up Saturday with a great attitude, and win or lose, we're going to be fine. But winning sure makes things a lot more fun.
Right. No, definitely. All right, Coach. Well, the third game of the year with Niles Media and the ESPN thing and all that fun stuff, that obviously is a much distant or small aspect of this whole weekend. But it's going to be fun to, again, showcase our program on the national scene. So best of luck on Saturday. 11 o'clock start against Grandview. The Vikings coming into Lacey. A win and whatever else happens, but a win would be great. Let's just worry about that.
We'll worry about winning, and then we'll watch and be big Bobcat fans after the fact.
Exactly. All right. Good luck, Coach.
Great. Thanks, Wade.
Thanks.